imminent. Why would the 49ers be the ones to do that? You look at the story, it makes more sense if it was the player rather than the team. And, Cowboy Killer writes in, he says, how dare that David Vassay say the Maller militia only has a third-grade education. We are at least at a sixth-grade education. He needs to get it right. Yeah, Vassay, the guy that does the Dodger post-game show. Who? Nobody knows this guy. So this guy, like, he goes around, he, like, massages Max Muncy's, like, ankle, but he's, like, buddy with all the players, you know, he's a total media brown-noser. And he's taking shots, he's taking pot shots at the Maller militia.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the State City, in RG Stadium.
There's a lot of letters there. They didn't keep the kickoff rule. They reverted back to the traditional kickoff rule. Yeah. If the NFL had a real leader, Roger Goodell's just an empty suit, but if they had a real leader, someone who would step and say, well, this is just, I don't live in one game, this is really bad. This is a bad product. Let's just hit the kill switch, we'll put the kibosh on it. Not good. Not good at all. Viva Las Vicky writes in, says Team USA is currently minus 27.5 favorites against Brazil in their game that will be coming up while we're sleeping. We'll probably sleep in the afternoon hours. Masshole Mickey says C- on your first hour monologue. Matthew Judon has not gotten paid yet. Yeah, he's a defensive player. Doesn't count. I'm talking off quarterback, wide receiver. Is there anyone other than Brandon Ayuk that hasn't gotten paid? I don't think so. Cowboy Drew checking. He says he's listening in a cheap motel south of Pueblo, Colorado. A lot of crazies around here. Well, I've never been to Pueblo, Colorado. Are there a lot of crazy people in Pueblo, Colorado? I'm not sure. We did have... We gotta get out. Come on. Now, Moving Man Matt from Boston, he told me that he's on the move again across the country, and there's a truck stop in Colorado that has a Mallard drink. I forget the name of it, but it's because of Moving Man Matt. They put a drink on the menu. So, yeah, that's the way to do it. Who else we got? Page down. We'll skip over that. I see a lot of random comments from the Leprechaun. Let's go to Tony, though, in the leadoff position. Tony in the Bay Area. Hello, Tony. Welcome.
Hey, man. A while back, I called and mentioned that I found a dog. The other day, my brother actually helped me take him to the Berkeley Animal Care Shelter, and he's going to be evaluated for 8 days and then hopefully adopted. This isn't a wilderness situation where I'm making this up. I'm being truthful. So if anybody would like a German Shepherd with a black snout and a very good dog, friendly dog, likes to play fetch, jumps up about 3 feet in the air to catch the ball, he'll be at the Berkeley Animal Care Shelter. Now, since you let me do that, would you like to hear a David Vassay joke, a dream that I really like that's probably lame for everybody else, or something that's borderline racist, but it isn't?
Okay, let's see.
I think it's an easy choice myself.
Number 2, right?
Vassay joke.
No, all right. I want number 2. Eddie wants number 1. I like hearing about your dreams, but Eddie, all right, we'll go number 1. Go ahead.
The joke?
Yeah, we'll do the joke.
Okay, what does David Vassay and Alexis have in common?
I don't know.
They both hold the microphone with 2 hands.
Okay. You like that, Eddie? You happy with that choice there?
That was way better than his weird dreams.
No, I want to hear the dream. What's the dream? Can I get the dream too? Give me the dream. I want the dream. Can I get the dream? Can you give me the dream?
It's in fighting song. All the same.
So in the dream, the girl of my dreams was in it.
Stop. Hold on. There's a girl in it. There's a girl in it.
Hold on.
Do you think he beats up like desperados or something? Let's find out what happens next. Here we go.
Okay, so in the dream we're like around, I guess, mutual friends and family, and throughout the dream we're kind of like smiling at each other, flirting with each other, whatnot. And then at one point I'm with somebody who was in the group, and he sucker punches someone in a parking garage, and then when I jump in to try to do something, the guy he hit pulled out like a 4-foot sword and knew how to wield it, so I was like, hey man, you're on your own. And then later on, the girl mentioned that it was her birthday, and somehow we wound up being in a gift shop, so I grabbed something on a table and said, here, happy birthday. And then later on, she was standing by the water, kind of sad, by herself, and I walk over and I say, what's going on? And she said, either a friend or family member died. And so I know I wasn't with her in the dream because I felt like consoling her, but I didn't feel right, touching her because we weren't together. But eventually I did kind of like a half cholo nod and kind of patted her, and she kind of leaned in a little bit. So it was enjoyable at the time because I was dreaming it, but it's kind of a lame dream for everybody else. So.
We've had better dreams. And just to point out for the record, how many Basset jokes do you send me every week? At least 4 or 5 every week, right? The lame jokes every week.
Well, I've been kind of taking a break from jokes, but...
Now, you were back last week.
Yeah, because I heard that sucker's name, and if I keep hearing his name, it's going to kick the cage, and then,
Yeah.
there's going to be some shots fired.
I think he's going to learn what third-grade education can do for Tony the Bay. Right, Tony? Yeah. All right. I got to go. Thank you. I like that guy, Tony. He's a character. Absolutely. Spock's Weed writes, and it's a big night. We got Spock's Weed tuned in from Oregon. He says, Pueblo, Colorado was where most of the government's pamphlets came from in the 70s and the 80s. Here's a fun fact. Mike in the mountain says, Basset better consult Captain Kirk on effing with the Maller militia. If Bernie Brewer hears about this, he'll put another hit out on the other arm. Yeah, and the Dodgers are going to Milwaukee next week. We'll see if Basset cowers out and doesn't go on that road trip to Wisconsin. But the Brewers and Dodgers are supposed to play next week.
Probably wet his pants at the sight of the slide.
Yefimi writes in, says, Tony in the Bay Area helping real dogs, unlike Andre and his imaginary dogs. Okay, everyone good there. Cowboy Drew says in Colorado you can buy meth from a vending machine. I don't think that's true. I have a cousin that lives outside Denver, so I'll have to check with my cousin. Now, Brian says, has CD been paid yet? Oh, yeah, screw you. Don't ruin my point. Don't sully my point. Shame on you. I enjoyed the take a lot. Now you got to ruin my take by bringing up other people. Well, the Cowboys don't count because none of them deserve to be paid because of how they played against the Packers in the play. So, anyway, Oozing Green. We also have appropriate bloopers and practical jokes. We'll get to that. Right now, though, let's switch to on everything going on in the overnight and the Cabana Boy, Eddie Garcia.
I found out I'll be back in the Cabana on Saturday for a preseason game.
That doesn't really count.
No?
No regular season this year? You've been demoted to the preseason.
We'll probably get a regular season game in the two, but I think the food is still the same, whether it's preseason or regular season. So to me, it's
who are the Chargers playing this week? I don't know. You don't even know. But I thought you didn't do exhibition games. Did you always tell me you don't do exhibition games?
No, I don't, but I got...
You're a phony, Eddie. You're going to an exhibition game this week.
Well, I'm not really going to the game. I'm going to the...
I'm not going
to the Cabana.
I'm not going to be out there at all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hang out.
If I wasn't getting the Cabana and the free food and the free drink, I would not.
Is it all you can eat? It is. And if they run out of a plate, how quickly do they bring another plate of food?
Oh, you can go get as many plates as you want. It's kind of like
so they don't have it it's like a buffet style setup. So it's not in the actual cabana.
No, they do both. It's actually both.
And how are the cookies?
Yes, it is. It's not NHL final quality.
Okay. So it's a little
what is,
lower,
right?
Are you concerned, since this is the first game of the NFL season at SoFi, that the people that do the concessions might not be up to regular season standards?
It's a valid concern. Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Maybe the tuna tartare will not be properly prepared for you.
It's possible. I'll report back. Let's start with the Olympics, where U.S. gymnastics star Simone Biles wrapped up her time in Paris with a silver medal in the floor exercise. She ended her time in France with 4 medals, 3 gold and 1 silver, and perhaps in her final Olympic Games, she finishes with a total of 11 medals. Valerie Ullman of the U.S. won gold in the discus, and Caroline Marks took gold in surfing for the United States. U.S. leads all nations with 79 medals, 21 gold, 30 silver, 28 bronze, and 21 gold medals, still tied with China for the most in this year's Olympics. In baseball, we had 9 games. That means they're all games of note, but there actually were some games of note, including the White Sox.
Yeah, way to go, boys. Come on, Panhoes. Come on, White Sox.
Lose again.
Here we go, White Sox. Here we blow. Here we go, White Sox. Here we blow. Yes.
The A's beat the White Sox 5-1. That is 21 consecutive losses for Chicago. They have tied the 88 Orioles for longest losing streak.
That is impressive
In American League history.
I don't think they're actually trying to do this, which makes it even more impressive. Like, remember the cheating ass 1,000, 2,000 holes? They tanked for years. They were trying to lose every game. Like, I don't think the White Sox are doing that. They just suck, which is great.
Yeah.
It's a special kind of suck. Look, this is going to be the most impressive bad team of all time. If they get swept by the Oakland Athletics this week, and then I think they play the Cubs after that, who aren't very good either, this would be.
Well, we're gonna just need to take one game at a time. Let's get
one loss at a time. One loss at a time.
Set the record tomorrow, and we go from there.
The starter one game, bullpen will the next. The offense will score no runs. The third game, you're set. Boom.
Battle division leaders in Los Angeles. Dodgers beat the Phillies 5-3. Philadelphia still on top of the NL East, but they're 4-12 now since the All-Star break. Only team worse, the White Sox. Shohei Ohtani.
They're 0-17.
Yes, well, they have to be worse, but still bad for the Phillies. Shohei Ohtani is 34th home run of the year. Teoscar Hernandez goes deep as well for the NL West leaders. Diamondbacks edge the Guardians 7-6. Cleveland on top of the AL Central, but their lead is shrinking. They are also still the top team in baseball, 67-45. Arizona holding on to the final wildcard spot in the National League. We got a game-and-a-half lead on the Mets, who shut out the Cardinals 6-0. Sean Manaea for the Mets, 7 shutout innings, struck out 10, didn't walk anybody in the victory. Red Sox beat the Royals 9-5. Boston moves 2.5 games back of Kansas City for the final wildcard spot in the American League. The Astros lose to the Rangers 4-3 in 10 innings, so Houston now a game-and-a-half back of idle Seattle for the AL West lead. Josh Smith ends it with a solo homer for Texas. Twins shut out the Cubs 3-0. Minnesota's won 5 in a row. They hold the number 2 wildcard spot in the AL. Also just 3.5 back of Cleveland for the top spot in the AL Central. Minnesota starter David Festa and 4 relievers combining on a 4-hit shutout. And because I said they're all games of note, Giants beat the Nationals 4-1. Reds over the Marlins 10-3. Now you said you were teasing something about, what was it teasing?
Losing green.
Is this hot kicker news?
No.
All right, so this is not Harrison Butker getting a lot of green, but the Kansas City Chiefs and
Butker got paid. The Wokesters are very upset at him.
It's too sad.
They're very angry.
Harrison Butker, 4 years, $25.6 million contract extension. He is now the highest paid kicker in the NFL. $17.75 million guaranteed money.
Idiot kicker. It's a lot of dough.
Well, if they make it, they're not idiots. He makes more than he doesn't. So. Vanderjag, that guy.
Well, he was the original idiot.
Yeah, he missed some big kicks. Number 1 against my Steelers in particular in the playoffs.
All right. It is the Ben Maller Show. Let's have some fun. What do you say? Ben Maller's Fun Fact. There's a stat for everything, and many of them are winning records held by Shohei Ohtani. The Dodgers played their 110th game, and he played his 110th game as a member of the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been around since 1884, and Shohei Ohtani had a double and a home run in Monday's win over the Fighting Phils, and that means now that Ohtani has the most extra base hits through a player's first 110 games as a member of the Dodgers. Beat someone named Johnny.
Damn it, Kelsey, why do you always blow?
J.D. Martinez, who was also never heard of. Manny Ramirez when he was the estrogen that he had raised, no, it wasn't, was it testosterone? He was on the steroids, but it was like estrogen or something. He said it was on some female product. Anyway, Manny Ramirez is on there and whatnot, but Shohei Ohtani, the most extra base hits to an arbitrary number, 110 games in Dodger history. That is your fun fact. Oozing money, that would be Hassan Reddick. Big pickup for the Jets. Except he wants to get paid. He's a defensive player. The Jets don't want to pay him. And he's not. I ain't playing unless I get my bro. He's pulling up Blake Snell. And he is now held out for 14 days. The way this works in the NFL, if you're new to the class, there is a mandatory fine of $50,000 per day.
That's it. The Jets are done.
Well, they were done when they showed up.
Oh, no.
14 days at $50,000. So my computer-like brain, my Maller math tells me that is $700,000 that he's been fined. That cannot be rescinded. That cannot be taken back. They used to do it where you'd be fined a lot of money and then they said, psych! Just kidding. Now you can't. Now $700,000. That's it. He's lost $700,000, and if he doesn't show up today, this being our Tuesday show, that would be another $50,000. I would need medication. I would absolutely need medication if I lost $50,000 there. I'd lose my life. Now, do we have this audio? Could we have a blooper from the Chicago White Sox television broadcast? The White Sox playing the A's on Monday night, and they struggled. I'm talking about a Freudian slip here. They struggled to pronounce, the White Sox TV broadcasters, the name of a team sponsor. It's some issues. We have this ready to go? Oh, yeah. Take a, it's a short soundbite, but take it. I don't know what that was. But take a listen here. Here is what it sounded like. Listen closely. This is a sponsor for the White Sox TV broadcast.
It's time now for our injury report presented by Well Now Urgent Care and...
He said kill, Eddie. They need to kill the White Sox. Yeah. Play it again. Play. I want to hear it again. Play it again.
It's time now for our injury report presented by Well Now Urgent Care and the All-Star closers.
Appropriate. Let's go to Mike the Leprechaun. He's somewhere in the Commonwealth, but not sure where. Where are you at? Okay, congratulations.
When are you coming to Boston?
To be determined. You never know. I might show up 2 days from now. Who knows? You never know.
Okay, well, so you're welcome. I'll give you a good time.
What's that? I can interpret that in many, many ways.
Have you said Art Muffin? I want to give shout out to Art Muffin,
That's very Marcel-like.
And Mike to the Muffin, yeah. So new friend. I would go.
Love Art Muffin.
This reminds me. Remember that guy, Strashoff used to call us? He did the same thing. He's done it. But he used to call up all the time, and he would do the same thing.
That's a joke to you, a food joke. Okay, so the early bird gets the early bird gets the water.
Okay, yes.
And, so how does that make the world feel?
Is this the good time you're talking about here, Mike the Leprechaun? This is the good time here. I'm gonna go over there and do jokes, Irish jokes. Is that what you're gonna do? Come on.
Here's the going. The second mouse gets the cheese.
Houston's offense.
The second mouse gets the cheese.
It's a tie football. What do you think Charleston's message was?
You're worse than the comedian that called up the kid from Washington. You're doing worse than him.
I want to get a golden ticket. I really do.
Well, you buy one. I want to be like Lady.
No.
How about this? Send me $100. I'll give you one.
No. I have a question for you. Tell me the name of the building on top of the Acropolis in Athens.
I don't know.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
What?
Strong run that time. He's across midfield.
The name of the building on top of the
All right, you're literally drowning right now. Do we have a lifeguard? Is there a lifeguard that can come save you? Is there any kind of lifeguard? I don't think you know how to swim. You don't know how to tread water. You're literally...
I came back from Australia and meet friends, and I go to the gym in 2 hours.
All right, I'll make a deal with you. You make bond for Reed Man if you're still rotting away in jail in Miami.
I already have.
No, you did not. You're a liar. If you bail him out, I'll give you 5 golden tickets. How about that? 5 golden tickets. We got to get him out of jail. All right, go away. Thank you. All right, thank you. Terrible thing. You think Mike the Leprechaun's like a distant relative of Common Bond there? Common Bond. Another targeted catch for Robert Woods. All gets together. Time now for the Who Am I game, and this is where we pretend to be somebody else, and here we go with the Who Am I game. Mason Miller coming back to the A's supposedly this week. Mason Miller has thrown the most 100-mile-an-hour pitches or higher this Major League Baseball season through all pitchers. I am second to the A's closer with the most 100-mile-an-hour plus pitches in the big leagues this season. Who am I? That is the question. The answer. We'll get to it. We'll do it next.
Miss a second of today's show? Well, good news. Right after the show, the podcast will be up. Just search The Ben Maller Show wherever you get your podcasts. Hallelujah! And be sure to follow, rate, and review it. Don't break. Again, just search The Ben Maller Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Ben Maller. You know our trusted partner, TireRack.com, for their